Hi, I'm Emily. Before I dive into my story, please like and subscribe for more tales of life's twists and turns. Now let me take you on a journey that changed everything for me. In the heart of a bustling city, I lived a life many dreamed of. A successful career, a cozy apartment, and then there was Mark. He was more than a boyfriend. He was the love of my life. Our story wasn't just a whirlwind romance. It was a promise of a forever together. Mark was the kind of man who made every moment feel like a scene from a romantic movie. When he proposed, it was under a sky full of stars, with the city lights twinkling below us. "Emily, will you marry me?" His voice was steady, but his eyes held a nervous excitement. I remember laughing through my tears, nodding vigorously. "Yes, Mark, yes!" The ring he gave me was a masterpiece, an exquisite heirloom. It was a symbol of our love, but also a piece of history from his family. I wore it with pride and an unspoken promise to treasure it always. But not all stories have happy beginnings. My sister, Sarah, had always been a part of my life, but I never saw the envy in her eyes until I had something she didn't. "Oh, Emily, that ring must be worth a fortune. Lucky you," she remarked one day. Her words, light as they were, carried a hidden weight that I chose to ignore. Then came the day that turned my life upside down. The ring, my precious ring, was missing. Panic surged through me as I scoured every inch of my apartment. "It has to be here," I muttered to myself, refusing to entertain any other possibility. As I searched frantically, Sarah watched, a strange look in her eyes. It was a mix of concern and something else I couldn't quite place. It was then that she started planting seeds of doubt in Mark's mind. "Emily's been tight on cash lately, hasn't she? And now the ring just happens to disappear. It's a bit suspicious, don't you think, Mark?" Her words were a slow poison, and they worked their way into our relationship. Mark's trust in me, once unshakable, started to waver. He confronted me, his confusion and hurt clear in his eyes. "Emily, where is the ring? Sarah mentioned you might have sold it. Please tell me that's not true." The accusation hit me like a physical blow. "I didn't sell it, Mark. I love that ring and I love you. I would never do something like that," I said, my voice a mix of anger and desperation, but the seed of doubt had been planted too deep. "I can't do this, Emily. If you could sell the ring, what else are you capable of?" His words were cold, distant. He left, and with him, he took the future we had dreamed of. I sat there, in the silence of my apartment, my heart breaking. The ring was gone, and now, so was Mark. Betrayed by my sister and abandoned by the man I loved, I was left to pick up the pieces of my shattered life. That night, as I lay in bed, tears streaming down my face, I knew this was just the beginning. I had lost everything, but I was determined to find the truth, no matter what it took. The journey ahead was uncertain, but I was ready to face it head on. The days following Mark's departure were a haze of heartache and confusion. I couldn't shake the feeling that Sarah's sudden lavish lifestyle was oddly timed. It was during a quiet evening, nursing a cup of tea, that I decided to confront her. "Sarah, how can you afford all these new clothes and gadgets all of a sudden?" My voice was tinged with suspicion, yet I hoped for an innocent explanation. Her response was quick, almost rehearsed. "Oh, I've just been saving up, you know." Her eyes didn't meet mine, and her voice had a tremor. It didn't sit right with me. I needed a second opinion, so I called my best friend, Jess. We met at our usual coffee spot, a little corner cafe with the best mocha in town. "Jess, something's off with Sarah. The ring disappears and suddenly she's living like she hit the lottery." I spilled my thoughts, the words tumbling out in a rush. Jess's brow furrowed in thought. "You think she's involved with the ring? That's a serious accusation, Em. But if you feel something's wrong, let's look into it." So we embarked on our little investigation. It felt surreal, combing through bank statements and credit card bills, but we had to know the truth. One evening, huddled over her laptop, Jess let out a gasp. "Emily, look at this. A pawn shop receipt, in Sarah's name, dated right after your ring disappeared." My heart sank. It was the missing piece of the puzzle, the evidence we needed. The next day, I confronted Sarah. My voice was shaky but resolute. "Sarah, why is there a pawn shop receipt with your name on it, dated right after my engagement ring vanished?" I demanded, holding up the receipt, her facade shattered. "Because I took it, okay? I was sick of you and your perfect life. I just wanted to see you lose something for once." The venom in her voice was something I'd never heard before. The revelation hit me like a freight train. My own sister, driven by jealousy, had betrayed me. But I had no time for tears. I had to reclaim what was mine. Jess and I went to the pawn shop the next day. Explaining the situation to the shop owner was tough, but the receipt and my insistence swayed him. He handed me the ring with a reluctant sigh. "I'm sorry for your trouble, ma'am." Holding the ring, a mix of emotions swirled within me. Relief, sadness, betrayal. I had the ring back, but at the cost of my family's trust and my future with Mark. Sitting in my apartment later that night, the ring back on my finger, I knew this was just the start. The deception had been unraveled, but my journey towards healing and moving forward was just beginning. The road ahead was uncertain, but I was determined to reclaim my life, one step at a time. After the whirlwind of betrayal and heartache, I, Emily, found myself in a period of deep introspection. The breakdown of my relationship with Mark and the painful realization of Sarah's deceit had left me questioning everything I knew about love and trust. One chilly evening, Mark came to my apartment, his eyes filled with regret. "Emily, I'm so sorry. I was blind and I hurt you. Can we try again?" His words stirred a storm of emotions inside me. "Mark, when I needed you the most, you chose to believe a lie. How can I just forget that?" He reached out, but I stepped back. "I messed up, Emily, but I still love you. Isn't love about second chances?" I sighed, the weight of the decision heavy on my heart. Love is also about trust, Mark, and once that's broken, it's not easy to rebuild. I could see the pain in his eyes, but my mind was clear. I took the ring off my finger, the symbol of promises broken and trust betrayed, and handed it to him. "This belongs to you. I need to let go, for my own peace." He took the ring, his hands trembling slightly. "I wish things could be different, Emily." "Me too, Mark, but sometimes we have to accept things as they are." With that, I closed the door on us, a chapter of my life that needed to end. In the wake of that closure, I threw myself into my work. My career, once a secondary focus, became a source of achievement and pride. My boss noticed my dedication, and one day called me into his office. "Emily, your work has been outstanding. We're promoting you to lead the new project. You've earned it." I was stunned. "Thank you, sir. I won't let you down." The promotion was a beacon of light in my life, a sign that things were turning around. As I rebuilt my life, I also discovered new friendships and strengthened old ones. Among these was Alex, who became more than just a friend. His kindness and understanding were a balm to my wounded heart. "You know, Emily, your strength is inspiring," Alex said to me one day as we walked through the park, the autumn leaves painting a mosaic of colors around us. I smiled, a genuine smile that had been rare in recent times. "Thank you, Alex. It's been a hard road, but I'm finally finding my way." The news of Sarah's struggles reached me through mutual acquaintances. She was facing the repercussions of her actions, her life unraveling just as she had unraveled mine. I felt a twinge of sadness for her, but knew that our paths had irrevocably diverged. It was a journey of self-discovery for me, Emily. It was about coming to terms with the past, making tough decisions, and finding strength in my own resilience. Letting go of the ring was symbolic of releasing the pain and betrayal, and embracing a future filled with hope and new beginnings. With the ring returned to Mark and my ties with Sarah severed, I, Emily, stepped into a new chapter of life. It was a time of transformation and growth, filled with the promise of new beginnings and self-discovery. My career, which had always been a source of pride, took off in exciting new directions. The promotion I had recently received was not just a step up the corporate ladder. It became a testament to my resilience and dedication. I remember sitting in my new office, overlooking the cityscape, feeling a sense of achievement that was entirely my own. "Emily, you're setting new standards for our team. Keep it up," my boss said during a team meeting, a note of genuine respect in his voice. "Thank you. I'm just doing my best," I replied, a smile of satisfaction on my face. Emotionally, I embarked on a journey of healing and self-acceptance. It wasn't easy to let go of the hurt and betrayal, but with each passing day, I felt stronger, more in tune with who I was and what I wanted in life. I started attending therapy sessions, which became a safe space for me to unravel and understand my emotions. You're making great progress, Emily. How do you feel about everything now? My therapist asked during one of our sessions. Honestly, I feel free. Free from the weight of other people's actions and expectations, I said, a newfound sense of peace in my voice. During this time, my friendship with Alex evolved into something deeper and more meaningful. He was a source of comfort and understanding, showing me what a healthy, supportive relationship could look like. Emily, I've seen you go through so much, and yet here you are, stronger and more amazing than ever, Alex said to me one evening as we shared a quiet dinner at my place. I wouldn't have made it without support from friends like you, Alex, I replied, grateful for his presence in my life. News of Sarah's struggles continued to reach me. Despite the pain she caused, I couldn't help but feel a pang of sadness for her. But I knew that our paths were different now, and I had to focus on my own journey. As I rebuilt my life from the ground up, I realized that this journey was about more than just overcoming betrayal. It was about discovering my own strength and resilience, about learning to trust and love myself. I started writing a blog, sharing my experiences and insights, hoping to inspire others who might be facing their own battles. Your blog is really taking off, Emily. You're touching a lot of lives, Alex remarked one day, pride evident in his eyes. It's just my way of giving back, of turning my experiences into something positive, I responded, feeling a sense of purpose I hadn't felt before. That marked the triumph of my spirit. It was a testament to my journey from the depths of despair to a place of empowerment and fulfillment. As I looked forward to the future, I knew that whatever challenges lay ahead, I was ready to face them with a heart full of hope and a spirit that had been tested but never broken.